I tell my church all the time, it's all right to have fun in church. Amen. Amen. So, Bishop Haynes, my father, your book is a bold exploration of leadership in a rapidly evolving world. What inspired you to write this book at this moment?
Very great question. I've been asked this question several times over the last maybe 6 months. This particular book, I was at a conference doing a leadership development seminar. For some of you may or may not know, I've been teaching leadership development for the last 20 plus years in various sectors, been nonprofit, been faith-based, and some been corporate. This particular invitation I received, it was a little bit more than a year and a half ago. And a leader walked up to me and simply asked a question. He says, so what's your definition of leadership? And I gave it fast, quick, and hurry. He says, okay. He says, so what is your definition of leadership? I said, I just gave it to you. He says, no, that sounds like that's somebody else's. What is yours? And it stunned me because for 20 plus years I've been teaching various tools, and if you know anything about leadership development, there's more than 10,000 definitions. There's more than 1,000 modalities around leadership. And the moment he said that, it just crystallized that I need to work on what that looks like for me. And it had to be germane to who I was. Number one. Number two, it had to make sense. And it had to follow the traditional thought process around organizational leadership and leadership development. So out of that, born this book. Simply, who am I as a person? I don't know how it happened. I think it's a God gift, but I've been always able to attract people outside of my own world in multiple spheres at a time. So as a result of that, this definition of leveraged leadership is born. And I'll give you, if you hadn't read the book yet, I encourage you to read it for those who are online. But the definition is simply this. Leveraged leadership is the ability to get maximum outcomes with limited resources using a lever. I'll give you another quick example and then I'll get to your next question. I was just in Phoenix, Arizona, feels like what, a couple of weeks ago, Dr. Reese Young. I was teaching leadership to 100 influential pastors across our connection. Been going to that mountaintop experience for more than 14 years. First time that I was teaching, and you all should be proud because in that room, I'm literally the only CME there. And for them to elevate me to that position of teacher in the room was humbling, to say the least. Thank you. But while we were sitting out, one of my best buds, Matthew Watley, who's the senior pastor of Kingdom Fellowship AME Church in Calverton, Maryland, we were sitting out near the pool. And if you know the Phoenix weather, it can get hot in a New York second. So we're sitting there starting to bake. So it was an umbrella near me. Umbrella was down. I said, don't wait for the guy, the attendant to come. I'll just pull it up. I tried to pull it up with my hands. Was not able to do it. The attendant walked up. He says, oh, what would you? I was like, I'm just trying to get it up, you know, get the umbrella to work so we can get some shade. He says, sir, if you want this to work, you got to use the lever. The lever had the capacity, but my hands and my strength could not. Mm-hmm. It had the capacity to not only shade the area, but transform it so we can be cool. Leveraged leadership has the capacity to change what seemingly is insurmountable, to transform your environment out of limited resources. Just a lever can change your outcome.
Yeah. You already about to start this thing, I see. So with that, how would you define leverage in the context of leadership?
It's based off of two definitions, I will say, as my basis. Many of you all are familiar with a voice in leadership by the name of Ronald Heifetz, and if you're not, you should be. 2004, I just finished my doctoral degree at Southern Methodist University, was burnt out of school, and Bishop Henry Milton Williamson Sr. said, "Hey, I got something for you to go to." And I was like, "Bishop, I'm not going to nothing." And if you know Bishop Williamson, he don't know how to take no for an answer. "Oh no, you're our leader, you're our leader." So he signs me up and pays for me to go to Harvard University for a Summer Leadership Institute.